Hi everybody, this is Joel Kennedy with Kennedy Violins. So today's featured violin is the Vitacek Soloist. So as of right now, the Vitacek Soloist represents the highest quality Vitacek that you can buy. So we have several different grades of Vitaceks. They're all really nice. There's the Vitaceks, they're always going to be an advanced violin. So the difference between the violins is going to be how much time was spent on the internal carvings of the violin, how much time was spent on the finish, and how choice the wood is. So in the violin world, a lot of times when you get a really nice instrument, the wood is pretty old. So all our violins, the wood is stored, properly, it's dried properly. But when you start getting into the Soloist series or the Master Grade series, a lot of times the wood could be really old. I mean, 20, 30, 40, 50 years old. And and it's very, very select. And so, when you have to store and take care of wood for that long a period of time, it costs money, right? Plus, the master maker is spending a lot of time carving the inside of that violin to make sure that all the graduations are all perfect. How thick it is, in all the different parts of the violin. And also, there's a lot of attention paid to how thick the wood needs to be for the characteristics of that particular violin. So the Vitacek Soloist series represents the best of the Vitaceks at this particular time. And they're basically, you can easily characterize the sound as being pretty much everything that you want. So they are very responsive. The sound is complex. You can really control the little nuances of your sound, the color, the temperature, all kinds of stuff, and they tend to be sweet. Now, I definitely recommend make sure that you put on the best strings that you can to take advantage of how great these instruments sound. But a lot of time has been spent on the finish of the instrument as well. So it's got this really nice, high-quality European oil finish. It's hand-applied. There's many, many layers to it, but it's still very thin. I mentioned this before in some of my other videos. With some of the violins, you can feel the grain on the top of the instrument. It's so thin, but that makes it so the violin resonates really well. So that's how you get that responsiveness and ease of playing. So, of course, like I mentioned, the wood, the top is top grain spruce, very select. The back is going to be slightly antiqued, right? So it doesn't look like, a Toys R Us violin. It's going to look like an older instrument. It's going to have some shading on there. Not too much, but some nice shading. A lot of times you're going to see like these little touches like an ebony crown, whatnot. Of course, the fittings are going to be absolute top quality. They're going to be, really nice ebony pegs, fingerboard and chin rest, super durable and beautiful as well. And of course, I have to mention the setup, right? So one thing about Kennedy Violins that makes us a little bit different than most other violin companies is that we do the final assembly and setup here in Washington State, where I'm filming right now. So we have a team of professional luthiers who will maximize the potential for your instrument, right? So a setup is really important because the setup maximizes whatever the potential is for that instrument and makes the violin as easy to play as possible. So we're going to spend a lot of time carving that French bridge on your instrument. That we're going to make sure that the feet fit perfectly. We're going to make sure a lot of attention is spent to carving, all the interior of the belly of the bridge here. The arch is going to be perfect. The string spacing is going to be perfect. The heights of the strings is going to be really good. So the violin is easy to play in first position as seventh position. Your double stops are going to be easy to play. Your fifths in particular, which we all probably hate to practice, your fifths are going to be in tune. First position, second position, third position, right? Those difficult because we spend a lot of time planing the fingerboard. And we spend a lot of time, of course, making sure those pegs work really, really well. So when you get your violin, it's going to be fully set up and ready to go. It's going to be a complete outfit. So you're going to have a nice bow, a rosin. You're also going to have a very professional quality, full oblong, full suspension violin case. So you're going to have tons of storage. Everything you got, including your sheet music, is going to be in that case. And you're going to be able to store, all the other good stuff. And of course, it's going to provide excellent protection for your instrument. So if you guys have any questions about our violins, now the Vitaceks and as well as our other advanced violins, a lot of times because of the cost, you're going to want to try them out first. So we have an in-home trial program. So if you're trying to decide between, the Vitacek and the Zubok or the Soloist versus the Master Series, you can do an in-home trial. It's very inexpensive. We'll send you 2 violins. You can keep them, for a month or, a month and a half, play them to your heart's content, find the perfect violin for you, and then send the other one back, right? So it's a great program. So if you guys have any other questions about our violins, just give us a call. We're players and teachers here at Kennedy Violins, so we can match you up with the perfect, violin, whatever suits your needs. So with that, I'll bid you adieu, and I hope you guys have a great day.